Good morning, good afternoon, Shabbos, Moed Simcha, Good Yontif, all that stuff. Pretty exciting week. Chol Moed, a lot of trips, Baruch Hashem, things are fantastic. Don't have to work too much or at all. Going trips with the family, camping. Very interesting story. I was actually on the way up north camping with the family, and I saw a guy in the gas station, by the gas station, who actually watches my videos. And let's just call him Yossi Z. Let's just make up a name. And he says he enjoyed seeing the videos, the Torahs. He just mentioned I should speak faster. And I said I won't do that, obviously, but on YouTube, you click the corner, there's a little gear button. You can click it, you can actually change the speed. So if you think I'm speaking too slow, you can speed this up to 1.5 or 1.25 or 2 times fast, and you'll be done in a couple minutes. And if you really think I speak too fast, you can actually slow it down. I don't know why you'd want to do that, make this longer. But be that as it may. So it's pretty exciting to see someone just out of the blue, seeing someone's middle-aged fellow with a bunch of kids, a baby, just random person saw my videos. Very interesting. Okay. So very exciting. We know that Shabbos and Shvishal Pesach, Kriyas Yamsuf. It's really an exciting moment to hear it. And just like we know at the Gada we're supposed to make believe and think that we're actually in Mitzrayim, we have this every day. We're supposed to actually think about Kriyas Yamsuf every day. We have Az Yashar, and every day we have this. And this is a bigger deal than Yetzias Mitzrayim. Whether it's 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, whatever, 50 times, whatever the amount of Nisan that took place in Mitzrayim, took place Kriyas Yamsuf. We don't know all the things that happened, all the interesting midrashim and things that the Chumash says what happened. We don't really know exactly what happened. So it's very important, but obviously a critical piece. And it's 2 pieces of the Shibud. We know the Ramban famously talks about that the Jewish people, millions, were being chased by a few hundred. And why were they so scared? And the Ramban famously says that even though they were at Mitzrayim, they were still in this gullus, still the Shibud, gullus type of mindset. So their bodies were free, but they were still scared of Mitzrayim. They still weren't 100% free. And the Sfas Emes kind of picks up on that point, where he talks about these 2 really separate pieces of leaving. One is leaving something bad, and the second is entering something that's good. And it's one thing to leave Mitzrayim. That doesn't necessarily make you cherus to follow Hashem. Just leaving Mitzrayim, there's no shibud, there's no work. That's fantastic. No more tumah. That's fantastic. But as far as now actively going towards following Hashem and being eved to Hashem, that freedom did not take place until Kriyas Yamsuf. This is what Sfas Emes brings down every day. When we daven every day, this is kind of what we do. We actually break apart from the teva and break the kriya. We actually break the mindset, break the teva, the nature, and we actually actively go towards Hashem. And that's why Sfas Emes says Kriyas Yamsuf is literally right before Yishtabach, Yetzias Mitzrayim, Tefillah, because the Geula before the Tefillah, we know, and the most dramatic thing that we can actually think of is Kriyas Yamsuf. And a couple of years ago, I saw in a sefer by the Ramavali, who talks about every day you have to think like it's taking place that day, Kriyas Yamsuf. Amar Oyev, we're being chased. Nach Kesach Hashem, that the house, the kisei of Hashem will be sitting on the kisei, us, the future, Moshe HaMashiach, all these pieces that the Bnei Yisrael kind of, at this moment, now that they knew why they were Mitzrayim, why they needed Gullus, now they understood this. And this is why all the Jewish people had this nevuah, this clarity of nevuah, because now they understood. Now we know why we had to go Mitzrayim. Now we know how to rid ourselves of this tumah, and they had to go through this, unfortunately, this dark time of Mitzrayim. And this takes place today. The Ramban later talks about that the Shibud really wasn't finished. They really think about all the years that they worked was 80 years. Until Miriam was born, or Moshe was born, until the end. 80 years was real Avdus. So the 400 years wasn't completed yet. It's split out to different goluses, there's a whole calculations, and it takes place today. And this is something that we have to understand. And only with this clarity can we really move forward and be clear-minded to have nevuah, to be clear, to have to get ready for Mashiach. And this is something that is part of this process. We know that there's 49 levels of Tumah, and there's 49 steps of Sphira. And just like the Sfas Emes says, it's 50 times, Yetzias Mitzrayim is mentioned in Torah, there's 50 days from get to the Nun Shari of Kedusha. So it's 50 days of 50 parts of Tumah, 50 days of Kedusha, and this process of Sphira is mitayar ourselves to get to that point of getting the Torah. And this is pretty important. Every day there's another midah to work on. This week is chesed, there's different parts of chesed, and this is a time that we kind of not just breaking away from Mitzrayim, but we're actually looking towards Kedusha and looking towards Matan Torah. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, Moed Smacha.